Hello, this is Tons, and we're back doing our review and play of GreedFall. And we have finally advanced the game enough to talk to Kurt and advance that story. Who do we want to drop? Petrus. We'll drop Petrus. Bring Kurt into this. I mean, we could take out Vasco instead. Or even Ciora. Nah. Vasco's most familiar with these two. We're going with these two. Oops. Why that doesn't send anyone into a panic. What's going on?
Greenblood, my friend. My contacts have spoken. I was able to discover the location of this infamous Phantom training camp.
Do you still think they should be held accountable?
More than ever. You know that I recruited Rayner. I want to know what kind of hornet's nest I led him into. I want to know what these madmen did. But I fear if I go alone, I might not be able to control myself. And I won't learn anything. I need the help of my best student.
How can I refuse such a request? Well then, let's go.
I can understand why some people would say it should go to the screen no matter what, but I almost feel like if you already have the person in your party, there's no reason to go to that screen. That's just my opinion. Worst case scenario, at least make it a setting. I know, I ask for settings all the time. I just believe in giving the player options. And I know you can't always do that because that's just more work. But if it can be done, I believe it should be done. And I think that's one of the reasons I really like mods. Because mods give you options. They give you a ton of options. I mean, you look at this mod here, and I love it. It's a simple mod, but I love the fact that the 3 different quality of capes determines how many stats those capes have on them. And the other great thing about this is I don't have to wear the intuition hat. I hate the intuition hat. Now I have the cape. Oh, I should say this. I forgot to mention it before. If you use this mod, you cannot have 2 items that improve the same thing. So I actually should get rid of our goldsmith gloves, because putting the goldsmith gloves on while we have this cape would actually cancel out the craftsmanship bonus. So keep that in mind. Also, the other thing, I mentioned this towards the middle of the last video. I'm going to mention it again here. But hold on here. I want to try something. I want to see if we can get to where we're going without going to that specific spot to leave. We'll see. It looks like we can. But we're not going to be offering no commentary versions of the parts anymore. It's just too much work. I'm sorry if that's what you prefer. Unfortunately, I feel like it holds me back trying to offer both. and I don't enjoy it that way. If that makes sense, like, this is my preferred way of providing content. So I'd rather do it the way I prefer if I'm going to put that kind of effort into it. So there's no more of that. Sorry. It's just how it is.
Bit of poison on my blade. To my help. And death to the others!
That was a regular hit. That was a standard hit for over 1,000. Dude, we just did 4,200 damage. We practically just did 4,400 damage right there. In one swing. 4,400. Almost 2,200 each on both those enemies. I still feel like you should be able to target things outside of combat.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Move away. Things are
God
about to get
damn.
dicey. Let's see if you can ward off this feint.
Kurt, the armor killer. You know how we are. We just get sucked into these things. That's what we do. Can I stealth on them? Yep.
To my help. And death to the others! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Oh!
No longer protect you. Move away. Things are about to get
Are we about to
dicey.
die? Because I was slacking? Like, they just completely caught us slipping? Wait a minute. I knew it! Man, I knew this was going to be a place. We were here before. If you look at one of the previous videos, I remember this place. We've been all over this map. I remember. Why didn't it select that when... That doesn't make sense. How the hell did we end up in the right spot? How did that happen? Because we definitely did not have that quest selected. It should have automatically selected it when we said accept now and let's go. But I am pretty certain we came here. I know we did. Yeah. Now watch us be able to get in there. And it won't make any sense as to why we can get in there now where we could not get in there before. And we had Kurt with us. I know we had Kurt with us. You know what? I want to do this in the daylight. Like, the game doesn't... Like, the game in some spots looks incredibly great. And I'm not trying to take away from that. But it does not do things so well that I'm okay with how things look when it's dark. So I kind of want to be able to see better. And my eyes are old, damn it. Cut me some slack. Alright, let's go. Let's go already! But watch this, because we had Kurt with us last time. And what was so bad, we were looking for the ghost camp. Like, that's what we were waiting on it. We were waiting on him to get intel on the location of this place that we already found. Get the hell out of here. Now, oh my god. Last time, those two bastards stopped us. This time we can just walk straight through because we got intel. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. I'm so agitated right now.
I was informed of your arrival by my sentinels, but I didn't think it would be you, Kurt.
Rolf, you're the leader of this camp.
You two know each other.
We train together. We haven't seen each other in a long time. A very long time.
The world of warriors is very small, Kurt. What brings you here, my old comrade? And who are these people with you? They're not one of us?
My name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I am Captain Vasco. No need to comment about our distance from the sea. I know.
And I'm Siora, Donegad, of the Gaiusrad.
These people sure are important. So, what are you doing here?
I've heard things about this place. About this very special camp.
And we wanted to see what it was all about with our own eyes.
That's very nice of you, but visitors aren't welcome in this camp. What goes on here is only the guards' business.
Does the same apply to me?
Listen, Kurt. I can give you and your friends some answers, but only because it's you. Anyway, knowing you as well as I do, I'm aware I'm not going to get rid of you that easily. So, what would you like to know?
What is it you do here? And why is this place kept secret, even from your comrades in the guard?
The natives have their magic, and we have to train elites to be able to face them. That's what we're doing here. Our role is sensitive, and our location obviously cannot be revealed to the whole island.
Does this man not realize that I'm a Donegad?
I noticed you're a native, but you're a friend of Kurt's, so I trust you will be discreet.
I see the reason for this kind of training. The Bridge Alliance would be particularly interested in soldiers like these. And yet I've never heard of this elite squadron.
We're still in the early stages of the program. We don't want to rush things. And our leaders demand secrecy. Orders are orders.
Now we said some time ago that the coin guards are up to something. Like, that was clear almost from the beginning. We had to smuggle weapons across seas. So something is up with these guys. I don't know what they're up to, but it does not look good. And honestly, it doesn't look good for us. That's who I'm concerned about.
This is a huge camp for such a secret location. How's it organized?
The main building is reserved for officers and the wounded. The front and rear of the camp are dedicated to combat training. But most exercises take place outside.
Impressive. And how do you manage recruitment?
Only the best come here. Those who have combat experience. Once they arrive, they're separated into 2 squadrons, each led and trained by a lieutenant. But you already know all of this, Kurt. It must bring back memories.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Care to be more specific, Kurt? You know? Elaborate?
Will you tell us about your training?
That's a sensitive topic. Most exercises take place in the field to get the men used to it. The natives' knowledge of the environment gives them as much of an advantage as their magic. But if you want to know more, you should ask my lieutenant instructors.
Actually, we found out about this camp while we were looking for someone.
A kid I recruited. Raina.
Oh. I didn't know he was one of yours. My condolences. I was told he died in an accident in the harbor.
Don't insult my intelligence, Rolf.
All right. Since you're here, I guess there's no point in lying to you anymore. The accident occurred during a maneuver. It's regrettable, but these things happen, you know?
We've taken up enough of your time, Captain.
I agree, and I have things to do.
I'd like to question your lieutenant instructors, if you don't mind. To ask them about Raina.
You've become a real sap. Fine. But try not to disrupt the day's schedule too much. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. I couldn't contain my anger.
I noticed. Good thing you know this captain so well. I don't think he would have let us investigate otherwise.
I'm not sure it's a good thing, really.
You don't seem to like this man.
Old barrack rivalries.
Rolf doesn't bring back good memories for me. But let's continue. I want to know what's going on here.
Agreed. Because he said this is about the natives' magic. I don't see how any of these exercises prepares one for facing magic. However, to be fair, that just could be a limitation in the game's development, not actually to do with anything in-game story-wise. So maybe, because I know the developers struggle with animations. It's why we don't have this, the ability to see our compensator without using a mod, is because they couldn't animate that. They didn't animate it. Sheathing and unsheathing. So, I can't imagine what it would have been like to animate defensive training against magic.
Lieutenant,
Captain.
my friend here would like to learn more about this camp.
At your orders, Captain. Madam?
What kind of training takes place in your ranks?
Combat in natural settings. Combat against the savages' magic.
I'm very curious about how you train against the magic the natives use.
Now, these are complex, secret maneuvers. I'm very sorry, but I can't tell you anymore.
That's a pity. It would definitely be instructive.
Can you tell us about your squadron?
The recruits who come here are the best. And in my squadron, they get even better. I don't know what else to tell you. They're disciplined, rigorous, and effective. Exactly what you'd expect from the best soldiers.
I heard the recruit Raina trained here. What can you tell me about him?
Oh, he was a good one. He died a little while ago.
So we've heard. Your captain told us he died during a maneuver. Can you tell us more?
The training we do outside can be dangerous. Unfortunately, Raina fell to his death in a ravine.
He fell.
During a simulated ambush. I know, it's not glorious, but it happens. I'd like to get back to work now, if you'll allow it, Captain.
Go on. We're gonna go talk to some of your recruits.
I hope that it won't take too long. We're all very busy here.
We'll be quick, Lieutenant.
The story about training against magic is a lie. This lieutenant has no idea what he's talking about.
So what could they be training recruits for here then?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I don't like it.
That's pretty much my feeling on this. I don't know what they're training to do, but it isn't magic related. And I don't like it.
Soldier!
Yes, Captain.
At ease. We have some questions for you.
Me? At your orders, Captain.
You look exhausted. Is training that rough here?
Well, it's difficult at first, but you get through it. Taming fatigue. That's the key to it all.
Haven't you ever wanted to stop? You've never doubted your vocation.
I'm not a coward, nor a weakling. The strength of the Shadow.
What is that? Your motto?
Our squadrons, Captain.
The strength of the shadow.
You seem concerned about your comrades. You keep looking at them.
No, not at all.
Are you afraid of what they might think of you?
Absolutely not, Captain. We are all of one mind in this squadron. We are very united.
Since this is such a close-knit squadron, you must have known Raynor.
Yes, of course. But he's not part of the squadron any longer. He left.
Really?
I don't know what you're trying to get me to say, Captain. Raynor left the squadron because he was sent on a mission. There's nothing more to say.
Sorry, mate, but that's not what happened.
I don't know anything more.
Thank you. That will be all.
Thank you, madam. Captain.
Good heavens. I feel like a bogeyman.
These recruits are clearly scared to let any information slip.
It's as if their life depended on it.
So it's not animation issues. It's for in-game reasons that they don't look like they're practicing against magic.
Lieutenant,
Respectfully, Captain.
here is my friend, the legate of the merchant congregation. She would like to ask you a few questions.
At your orders. I'm listening, sires.
I'm not going to keep complaining about this, or at least I don't intend to, but I really hate how you gotta, like, you are forced to go through this. You can't exit the conversation. You can't go straight for what you want to actually know. Alright. I'll try not to complain about this again in the future.
How do the various squadrons in this camp differ from one another?
The recruits I train are intended to carry out more subtle actions.
Really? What kind?
I teach them how to blend into the background, understand customs, observe, and know when to strike.
That's strange. These skills are normally associated with assassins rather than soldiers.
These skills are always useful, regardless of the enemy or the setting.
Remember when the game first started? I can't remember specifically what Haeva says, but I thought it was a weird thing to say. And I remember thinking about that when she says it. But she says something to Kurt like still hiding your people in the unsuspecting shadows of the grates or something like that. And I was like, that's weird. Why did she say that? We'll talk about that more in a second.
What kind of training do your men undergo?
I can't go into details, but they learn discipline and to outdo themselves.
You mean to blindly follow orders, even to their death?
But No, Captain. We also teach them to analyze situations, so that they know when to act to avoid risking their lives.
How did you become an instructor in this camp?
I have led numerous squadrons before, and I've trained hundreds of recruits on the continent. I worked with Captain Rolfe in the past, and when I arrived on the island, he recommended me for this position.
That's very impressive. And I expect that you're familiar with the natives' environment and magic.
Yes, of course.
Try to corrupt her to obtain information about Raynor. Why? The wording doesn't make sense there. But I try not to be too much of a stickler for that in these situations because the developer, I believe, is a French developer. So while, yes, they speak English and well, there's going to be certain nuances or certain differences between Westerners and how they do it. I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
Kurt, don't you think that someone this talented fits what we're looking for? You see, we need to find someone who can replace Kurt to oversee my cousin's security.
Your cousin is the governor of New Serene, I've heard. It's a prestigious position. I don't doubt my abilities, but an offer like this, made so suddenly, must have a price.
We can't hide anything from you.
We're trying to find out what happened to Rayner, a recruit who trained here.
That name doesn't sound familiar. He must have been in the Shadow Squadron.
The other lieutenant's squadron.
Yes. I'm sorry. Haven't been much use to you. Did something happen to him?
He
Wow.
died. His body was thrown into the harbor to make it look like he drowned.
I guess it was one of your recruits. My condolences, Captain.
We'll question some of your soldiers.
At your orders, but please be quick. I'd like to get on with training.
So she's full of crap. Also, her voice doesn't match her face. But joking aside, yeah. Now, if it turns out to be what I'm thinking, dear God, it was a bad idea. Say, hey, you want to work for my cousin? Like, hold on, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Soldier!
Captain,
At ease, soldier.
We'd like to learn more about your training.
I have nothing to say about it, my lady.
Really? Go on, it's not a difficult question. What do you do during training?
Is this a test, Captain?
No, it's not a test. You may speak freely.
Well, training is difficult, but we can't complain, Captain.
That's an interesting way to phrase it. You're very united in this squadron. At least that's what I've been told.
United. You could say that, yes. Until death.
That's rather sinister. Does the name Rayner sound familiar to you?
Yeah? Well, no, not really.
You seem rather hesitant. Afraid of being reprimanded by your lieutenant?
No. Well, not at all. It's just that I can't tell you anything about Recruit Rayner. And we're lucky to have the lieutenant as our instructor, Captain.
We should leave this soldier to his work.
Your name, soldier?
Wilhelm. First class recruit Wilhelm, Spectre Squadron.
Keep it up, Wilhelm.
This recruit, Wilhelm, in spite of himself, led on more than the others.
His resentment is clear. But he won't divulge anything as long as his instructors are nearby.
I didn't know there was another recruit to talk to. Like that one. But when we went to talk to him, the circle disappeared.
Hello, soldier.
Captain?
We need information. Your instructor authorized us to question you.
Of course, madam. I'm listening.
How would you describe your training?
I almost
Do you
complained.
train outside the camp match?
I stopped myself.
Yes, we do. Well, not exclusively.
Really? Yet we've been told that your unit specialized in actions over difficult terrain.
Yes, I think so. Well, yes, that's true.
Problems remembering things, soldier?
No, Captain.
What's it like in your squadron?
Very good. The Phantom Squadron is made up only of the very best.
Do you trust your comrades?
We're like 5 fingers on one hand, madam. I would trust them with my life.
You've sure got the military spirit.
Yes, Captain.
We've learned that a recruit died in an accident during a maneuver. Does this happen often?
No, of course not. Only to those who aren't strong enough.
That's strange. I was told that this recruit was very talented.
I don't know what to tell you. It's possible. If you don't mind, I'd like to get back to my training.
He seems afraid that an accident might befall him too.
No, it's not that. I just don't want to fall behind schedule.
Very well. Go on.
Excellence. Captain.
Lieutenants, report.
Captain?
Could you give us a few minutes and take us around the site? I've never been here before, and I'm curious to see what goes on.
I'm not sure if we can, Captain.
We are on duty, Captain.
Right, Lieutenant. Let's go!
I...
Are you coming with us?
No, thank you. I'd rather stay here. Take in some fresh air.
As you like. In that case, see you later.
I like how that was one of the quest objectives. Find a way to distract the lieutenants. We didn't do anything. We didn't have to find a way to do jack. It automatically happened.
Wilhelm, we need to talk. And don't worry, Captain Kurt will make sure your superior doesn't come this way.
Why are you doing this?
We didn't think you'd say anything as long as she was here.
If you noticed, others will have too. They'll make me pay.
Even more reason to talk. If we have proof, we can take action and close this camp.
Very well. What would you like to know?
What's really going on here? We know that Raina didn't die in an accident.
This is supposed to be a training camp for the Guard's elite. Only the most talented recruits are allowed to join. This is an immense honor, an extraordinary chance. That's what we're told every day. But in reality, it's just hell.
Tell me about the training you undergo here.
It's more torture than anything else. We're constantly beaten and humiliated, and the slightest complaint only leads to more blows. They even push us to police one another, so we don't dare talk. Whatever the orders, we put our heads down, grit our teeth, and obey.
All they leave you with is your survival instinct. Obey or die. It's inhuman.
And they call us barbarians. We could never put our own children through this.
I heard them tell you about the specialist training against the natives in hostile environments. But what they teach us would be more useful for assassins.
As for Raina, do you know what happened to him?
Yes. One day he just couldn't stand it any longer. He disobeyed orders, he fought back, and people got hurt. That's when things blew up. They summoned him for night training.
What does that entail?
It doesn't have much to do with real training. They call us up for it at the last minute. The weakest serve as punching bags for the others, who are encouraged to beat them. If we refuse, we too become the targets. So we join in and strike. If you're looking to punish Raina's murderer, you can start with me. We all have his blood on our hands.
Thank you for telling us all of this. You should get back to your comrades.
I hope you can do something. Have this camp closed. Otherwise, I'll soon be as dead as Raina.
We understand the risk you've taken. We won't let you down.
Thank
So-
you.
oh.
Really. That was truly fascinating.
Captain,
I've seen everything I needed to see. You can leave us.
Yes, Captain.
Shall we go?
Okay, this is a little strange. Did I hit something? Pretending to leave. We're clearly leaving.
Kurt, Wilhelm has spoken.
What did he tell you?
He said the recruits go through hell. They are humiliated, spy on each other, get bullied. It's essentially torture. Raina wouldn't stand for these methods. He rebelled and was summoned for night training.
Are you sure he used that term?
Yes. But he told me it's not really training. That recruits are summoned.
And the others beat them. Sometimes to death. I know.
You know about this kind of training.
Yeah. I thought it was a thing of the past. What a monster. How dare he?
I'm so sorry. I'm lost for words. Tell me, did you learn anything new?
I scouted out the site. There's two parts of the barracks we should look at more closely. Rolf's quarters and the basement, which they refused to open for me.
We can't just barge in and hope they give up. What's your plan?
Let's
Afra.
wait for nightfall. We'll sneak into the camp unseen, search the barracks, the private quarters, and then the basement.
We might also try to find out where this night training takes place.
Yes. I wouldn't want other young recruits to lose their lives tonight. Especially Wilhelm.
Who's Afra? That was really weird.
Strange. There's no one left in this part of the camp.
Maybe they're in the combat pit behind the barracks. I saw it when I visited the camp. Or they've already left for their night training. Let's find Rolf's office. He surely has the key to the basement.
So it seems as though that comment made seemingly out the blue by Haeva at the beginning of the game was kind of like foreshadowing, because it really seems as though these people are training to assassinate us. Like they're planning to turn. Letter from Major Herman. Captain Rolf, your recruits have arrived in San Mateus and perfectly fulfill our expectations. I would not have expected anything less from one of my best students. I made sure the commander knew what a good job you did in your ghost camp. I have no doubt that he will know how to reward you. If the recruits we sent to the other cities are just as efficient, you too will be major soon. Comments? No? Nobody? Okay. Alright. Letter from the commander. Captain Rolf, congratulations for the work you have done. You have perfectly fulfilled your mission so far, and several of your ghost recruits have already accessed positions close to the governors as planned. Major Herman has informed me that you have suffered some casualties, but nothing susceptible of changing our plans. Continue on this path, and we should be ready to act shortly.
This letter is disturbing, Kurt. It confirms that several deaths have been disguised in order to keep this camp secret. But it says that the recruits trained here have been assigned to governors from different cities. And yet I'm sure that Constantine knows nothing about these elite units. The conclusion of the letter also confirms that the commander is pleased with what's been going on here.
So Torsten knew.
So it seems. Including about the deaths.
He's gone too far. He dishonors us all. Sieglinde was right.
Who the hell's Sieglinde? First Afra, now Sieglinde. Now I have to assume that Afra is a companion, or will be a companion. Still don't know why there's a separate button to pick things up and another button for looting. I don't get that. But I have to assume that maybe, not even maybe, but more than likely, it's one of the mods, probably the party mod, of course, that caused that to occur. More specifically, it's probably from the mod Speak Your Mind, or Speak Your Mind, that allows party members, even if they're outside of the standard 2 party members, to be able to speak. Night Training Order. All recruits who receive this note are summoned to Soldier Willem's night training. This training is not optional. You are expected at 10 p.m. on the forest trail north of the camp. Should a recruit not attend this training, they will be the subject of the next training. Nothing? No? No comment. Alright. Alright now. Now that note implies that there's some recruits that have not been summoned for night training, but we don't see any, so it's a little weird. Don't be mad. We explorating.
This room. What could have happened in here?
I know this smell only too well. Fear, blood, death.
And to think I complained about the Norb's training practices, but this is horrific, Kurt.
These people have turned this place into a site of suffering. It will take years of work to erase its traces.
I saw dump on Kurt. Formation report. Captain, we have trained a new we have trained the new recruits as instructed. However, some of them seem to have a hard time with the lack of sleep, so they were sent to the Black Room to be toughened up. We suffered a casualty, but the experience was very successful, and even though they came out slightly weakened, they were much more cooperative afterwards.
This document explains a lot. They torture the soldiers to break them. Rayner shows up on this list more than once. He gave them a lot of problems.
Those who resist too much are lynched during night training. Rolf, you'll pay for this.
Kurt, Wilhelm's name was added to tonight's training.
The boy will pay the ultimate price for having helped us.
That's the young man who helped us, isn't it? They will probably kill him for it.
We can't let them kill him. We must stop this training immediately.
The risk is that Rolf will ambush us.
If this boy dies because of us, I will never forgive myself.
Alright, so...
I refuse to let these recruits pay for the bastards who manipulate them. Let's avoid spilling blood in vain.
You're a good captain, Kurt, but I hope you understand that they won't hold back on us.
You surprise me once again, Kurt. You're full of compassion for these youngsters.
They're just kids. There has to be a way to reason with them.
We'll do what we can, Kurt. I can't promise anything more.
So we're gonna save, because I guarantee you we're not gonna succeed like on the first try, because this is a stealth mission. Okay. Are we going the wrong way? Like,
It's blocked.
Why would that be blocked? That doesn't make any sense. Wait a hot damn it. Well, now let's go this way. Let's do some exploring. Oh, maybe it is blocked. Where the hell are we going? What is this place? Why is there nothing to loot? I'm panicking because I don't see anything to loot. I don't know where we are. Or we're headed
Despite what Wilhelm told me, I wasn't expecting this. He's getting destroyed.
They'll kill him. We can't let them get away with it.
Well, how the hell do we get down there? Okay then. Alright, not that way, right?
Stop! We won't let you kill this boy like you killed Rayner.
Soldiers! Do you realize what you're doing?
Captain? But...
You shouldn't be here. This time, you won't get away with it. To arms!
Oh, thank God. Because I thought we were about to have to massacre a bunch of them. Even Haeva wouldn't do that because Kurt doesn't want them to die. I know some of you like, she is the bloody Baroness.
Do you know what happens to those who die in this regiment? Their bodies are thrown out like those of rabid animals. If you die here, you'll die without glory. Nobody will ever know what happened to you. I doubt that's what they promised you when you joined the Guard.
No. No, of course not.
A good soldier doesn't fight for glory. He fights to be the best.
Really? Then the Guard really has changed. Did you recruits leave your families to end up lynched and thrown into a ditch?
No. You're right, Captain. We never should have ended up here.
Traitors. Cowards. Deserters.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! To my health! And death to the others!
Come on, Kurt.
Let's see if you can ward off this feint!
Get some damage sandwich in.
Move away!
Will you be all right?
I'm wounded, but I'll survive. Thanks to you. I'm eternally grateful.
Come, Wilhelm. We'll help you get home. We owe you that at least.
I'm counting on you to bring him back to the camp in one piece.
Yes, Captain.
Well then, let's go. We can't let that vermin Rolf escape us.
That's it. She only had 4 gold coins on her. I know it's random, but still, man. That's too little. I also would have liked an option where you could...
Let's hope that Rolf didn't hear the sounds of combat. Surprise is our best ally.
You're right. Let's try to approach discreetly.
I don't even know where the hell we are. Oh, we're walking away. We need to go back. Okay. But I would have liked an option to challenge the Lieutenant one-on-one. Or have Kurt fight the Lieutenant one-on-one. Like either option. And that would have been able to help us resolve the situation. Like, she goes, they fight to be the best. And it's like, it would have been cool to be like, well then I guess we figured out how we're going to settle this. You and me, one-on-one, to see who's the best.
It's blocked.
Not only is this bull donkey, but come on. You're telling me we couldn't get over this? And why? Because they don't want us to get there. And we're supposed to be using the element of surprise. Well, surprise. Or maybe they're protecting us. Maybe that is the element that would have walked us right in front of them. How the hell? I'm telling you, we're gonna fail this. And that's all this is probably about. I bet you the other way would have been a stealthier way to get to the main bad guys. I'm willing to bet. But the game wanted to force us to have to do this. And right now, I don't even see how we're supposed to do it. This guy's not moving at all. None of these guys are moving. Really? That's a bunch of crap, man. I'm not happy. Now that dude was just standing there for God knows how long, and then the instant we went that way, now he's moving. I'm very irritated. Like, I knew we were gonna fail to stealth successfully the first time, but me being the fool I am, thought it was gonna be fair that we failed. That time it was not. I'm not happy about any of that. I'm so glad they don't count. Because we would fail so much. Wow. Just wow. That's all I got. Just wow. Will you please start walking? Random fun fact. I generally hate stealth missions in games. I hate them. Do you see this? Like, it's not just me. He's just standing there. There's no way to get by this person. Yeah, of course. Let's make sure we save again. So we don't have to do that stupid part anymore. Oh, biscuits. Oh, biscuits. Oh, biscuits. I like how the game automatically fails you right there. Like it said, like, the optional goal is to not have any casualties of the recruits. And it was like, because we got detected, we failed that part. I heard to say we were going to kill anyone. So we have yet another situation where people are not moving. Like, that dude is just standing there. Well, we got detected. Yeah. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get by this person that's standing there. And there's another person facing the opposite direction. I don't see it. So far, I don't see it. Wait, wasn't there a guy? Wait a minute. Stay down. So you mean that doesn't even make sense? We're gonna do a new save in case this is a completely crap idea. Go, 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 go. I feel like we were close. I feel like we almost got there before he could get up. I'm not saying it would have made sense. Oh my lord. Really? Go, 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 go. Did we make it? I think we made it.
Nobody saw us. All we have to do is ambush them in the pit.
Yeah, let's see how well that's gonna work. Well, there they are, standing directly across from us. Let's see if we can figure this out. There's something I want to see. And look at them. They're just doing nothing. Very bad design, people. Very bad. So they're standing about here. Came down here. So that means this door was sealed to prevent us from doing exactly what was being suggested. Let's catch them off guard. This is not catching anyone off guard. Check this out. Descend. Ambush them in the pit. How are we ambushing them? Look where they're standing. The ambush would have made more sense from the other side.
Rolf, you bastard, how could you be part of this disgrace?
You know that this is how the best soldiers are made. Soldiers, grab your weapons! Death to the traitors!
Stop! Soldiers, are you really going to obey these scoundrels? Do I need to remind you of the Guard's motto? Where is your honor?
I won't repeat myself, recruits. Execute these traitors!
Soldiers, listen to your captain. You are the victims of these monsters, and we are here to save you. We're doing our best to avoid a fight, to spare your lives.
Well, what do you want us to do? We have orders, and we know what will happen to us if we don't obey.
Enough! To arms! Attack!
Yeah, this has never worked. Trying to get anyone to surrender. Would Haeva mention Wilhelm?
All this bullying and humiliation is only intended to turn you into weapons, not soldiers. And when a weapon is no longer needed, its owner throws it away rather than risk injury. That's why Raina was disposed of.
Being a soldier doesn't mean being a puppet. Put your weapons down.
They're right, mates. I don't want to end up in the harbor.
What do you think, soldier?
You think we can trust them?
It's over, Lieutenant. These recruits won't do your dirty work for you anymore.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. You've trained cowards.
Their training wasn't finished, Captain. And the speeches were so convincing.
Silence! Where is this second squadron? Should have been here a long time ago.
They're not coming, Rolf.
They surrendered too. It would appear that your training methods aren't very effective.
Now that you no longer have lackeys to send after us, Rolf, you'll have to get your own hands dirty.
I've dreamt of shutting that big mouth of yours up for so long.
Look how much armor Kurt took off of that dude in one swing. That's why he's the armor breaker. Ah, damn. Now that was kind of poor, because that guy just sat there and waited. Like, they should have been attacking at the same time. Yeah. This is why I kept it on extreme difficulty. It's like now, we don't even have to get involved in some fights. This is actually stronger than what we have on. Or at least it would be if we upgraded it the same way we upgraded what we have on now. So we already accessed the basement to Ghost Camp. That's strange. Really thought we already did that.
Will you be all right, Kurt?
Yes. Yes. I'll be fine. I'm just glad to know that this camp won't kill anyone else.
What about you, Wilhelm?
Thank you for saving my life. Without you...
I hope you can forget all about this. This is not what the Guard is about.
I don't know if you'll be able to forgive us, Wilhelm.
I've been in your shoes on other nights. You didn't have the choice.
While we wait for this camp to close for good, you'll be under Wilhelm's command. You'll soon receive your transfer orders.
At your orders, Captain.
Glad it's you, Wilhelm.
You'll stay here for now. I'll send men I trust to come get you soon.
What do you want us to do?
I'll need backup if I really want to put an end to all of this. We must go see Major Sieglinder in New Serene. I need to tell her what was going on here.
Are you sure she wasn't involved?
Her? Never. She's old school. She already held the commander at a distance because she didn't like the direction the Guard was headed. He would have sacked her, or worse, if she didn't have so much support within the Guard. I should have listened to her.
There's no use brooding over the past. Let's go. We'll go see her immediately.
I don't even know who she is. How was she right? We never talked to this person.
Sieglinder, I need to talk to you.
What's the matter, Kurt?
We've just returned from a training camp. A secret camp, where elite soldiers are trained through terror, humiliation, and torture.
Don't tell me that.
Yes. One of my recruits died, and he wasn't the only one. It is designed to create a regiment of assassins.
I am sorry, Kurt. I knew something was wrong, but I never would have thought it'd go that far.
We put an end to it all. We had to. But Torsten allowed it, even encouraged it.
I told you that the Commander's ambition would end up leading us astray from the ideals of the Guard, and that we would pay the price for it.
Yes. At the time, I told you you were exaggerating. That he had his reasons.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to speak out, Sieglinder. And reveal the Commander's project to the Governor of the Congregation.
If I were as close to him and his family as you are, I would have done so a long time ago.
I know. I feel so stupid for not having understood Torsten's scheme until now.
You've always been a loyal person, Kurt. And too many loyalties are sometimes hard to reconcile. But Torsten betrayed us all. I'm counting on you to make him pay for it.
Believe me, he won't get away with it. Goodbye, Sieglinder.
Goodbye, Kurt. My men and I stand with you.
Well, Kurt is finally friendly to Haeva. He also forgot to mention that she should send men to reclaim the ghost camp and perhaps make better use of. I know this person. I remember her. Because she caught our attention because she looks like no one else. She's very unique looking. I remember her. And we had Kurt then and we couldn't talk to her just like we can't talk to her now. Spider, why? Why, Spider? This makes no sense. But yeah, she should be able to take that fort. Take that camp. Convert it. Use it. And we should have been able to talk to her, especially with Kurt in our group. Come on. But Kurt is friendly to us. We're also level 20. Where's that, Kurt? There's Kurt. Which means he gives us a craftsmanship bonus. Which means we are now level 3 crafters. So off screen, I'm going to craft a lot of stuff. Or I'm going to break a lot of stuff down and then hopefully put purple upgrades on like every person we have. And do some shopping. When we come back, we'll be even more powerful than we were when we left off. But I appreciate you guys. I know I'm critiquing the hell out of this game, but I am enjoying it. I do find the stories interesting. That's what actually makes it more disappointing when they drop the ball on certain things. Because it could have been so much more. It's like they started off on like the greatest foot or on a very good foot, and then they stumble. You know, the little things can be quite stumbling, like the fact that we encountered this person. She's a special person, and we can't speak to her even with Kurt in our party. Only for her to be referenced later, and as the audience, you're like, Siglinda, who the hell's that? Who's he talking about? He never mentioned her before. And worse yet, we encountered her, and he still didn't mention her. He did it like when we first come through these doors, and we have Kurt with us. That should have activated a cutscene, because it just makes it that much worse that we don't get to speak to her. She turned out to be important. She turned out to be very close to Kurt. Also, I remember in Old Serene, Kurt was like, you can hit up the barracks for training if you ever need to do that. If you're ever interested in doing some basic training, go to the barracks. Guess what? I have not been able to. I haven't found that yet, and it would have been nice to be able to do these things, like do these obstacles here and raise a stat. Like you go through the full training and gain like a skill point or two. Anyway, we're going to call it for now. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to next time, and until next time, please take care.